Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's edition of the Just Us Review, where we like to take our favorite shows, whether they be in the realm of superheroes, sci-fi, action, no matter what it is, break it down and give you guys that nit and that grit. And you guys know by now, if we like it, we love it. And if we hate it, you're going to hear about it. And today is a special one for you guys today. We're talking about the Mandalorian episode 2. That's right, in a galaxy far, far away, they decided to get it right. Away from the cinematic universe, away from the Skywalker bullshit, we delved down into the Favreau's brainchild, the Mandalorian. On this week's episode called The Passenger, Mando and company have to help escort a passenger across the galaxy to a safe haven. But here's a caveat. You cannot use light speed. So, let's talk about some of the great parts about this episode, if there are any.
So, I'm not gonna lie. This was a slower episode for me, because. So here's my thing, and I mentioned this for the first episode of this season. I think the biggest flaw of the Mandalorian as a whole is if he doesn't have, he himself is boring. If he doesn't have anyone to bounce off of, it's a no for me.
Okay.
And yeah, he had the woman with the eggs, but like she couldn't talk. And Baby Yoda isn't enough. So this one, like, literally relied on being action heavy, and it wasn't even action heavy enough, in my opinion, to keep me as interested.
I'm going to be real. I saw the beginning where they came up on the X-Wing fighters. They came up on him, crashed into the planet. Mm-hmm. And then I left. And then I came back, and they were fighting spiders, and then the X-Wing people helped him. So I think I missed the whole episode.
You literally didn't miss anything. They were stranded in ice. They were stranded. Baby Yoda ate some baby eggs.
Okay.
And people got mad about that.
Yeah, they were mad that the fictitious creature ate fictitious eggs. Mm-hmm. So one thing I have to say is I actually like the episode because one, we get introduced to the Republic post-war and see that they're pretty much helping police the galaxy through all the rogues and riffraff. So, one, I love the introduction of the X-Wings. I love the banter back and forth with him and Lando, where he's like, hey, Mando. And he's like, yo, who are you? What's going on? Trying to make sure you're not Empire or anything. And Mando's like, nah, I'm just some regular dude, just going through the galaxy with my people.
I'm just a guy traveling the galaxy.
So, a question for someone that's not into Star Wars, like, why did he run from the police?
So this all harks back to, actually, a couple things. It all harks back to season 1. When he stormed that prison, they was actually under the banner of his ship, so there was a signal from his ship that went out. So now he's a renegade because he broke into that prison. He didn't realize that they knew that he did all that other stuff. That's why he was like, oh snap! If they can't find out that I was the one who led that prison break, I'm going to be arrested.
So racism. In addition to that too, they established his ship is an old school ship from the Empire.
So he was like, hey,
he's always trying to dodge because if he does, and plus he didn't have the equivalent of his updated licenses.
Exactly. He was running with bad tags. And they was like, okay, hey yo, Mike, switch to channel 2 right quick. this motherfucker lying. And you saw the wings go up on the X-Wing, and I love this because this is exploring the world building that Star Wars set up. And I like the fact that we can get introduced to various elements of Star Wars without it being, heavy on the S word. Mm-hmm. So I found that banter funny. Was this a bit of a filler episode? I thought it was as well. There wasn't much to go on. Yeah, like Baby Yoda doing his whole cute. Well, actually, no. In the beginning, when they get jumped by the people, they set up the trap.
I'm actually shocked you remembered that.
Well, I found it was funny because old dude was like, "Yo, I'm gonna gank this baby right here," and Mando's like, "I'll give you whatever you want." And he gives him the jetpack, and he's like, So I mean, they had their funny.
I think that's where the humor started to take off with the season.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, there were some in episode 1, and maybe I don't really remember much humor in season 1, but they really they dialed up the humor this season.
And that's one thing that I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to be cool with. Like, Mando is playing the straight man, and of course, you're gonna get your comedy around his involvement with Baby Yoda and the other people that they rolled by. But I understand what you guys said, that it felt kind of like a filler episode with Baby Yoda actually just running around putting everything in his mouth. It had its funny quirks here and there, but honestly, it was filler. I did like, it was like things just to happen, just to advance the plot, like the frog lady leaving in the middle of a snowstorm to go take a bath and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was pretty weird. Like, why? I get it.
That's
They were
what
hot springs.
species.
She's a cold-blooded species, so she probably needed to warm up.
Plus, you gotta get that sex appeal in.
And
She was banging.
oh dear God, you know what? And I would say, man, that's not possible. But the internet is a place. That, like, good Lord, I'm surprised her feet ain't on the internet. So with that being,
They are now.
with that being said,
Ken, they've been on there. You just didn't look today.
my sacred favorite part of the episode actually happens towards the end when the Alliance actually shows up to bail him out, and he's like, "Hey, you know, you didn't have to run. You know, we were just saying, hey, we know that you looked out for one of our homeboys. We're gonna give you a pass." And Mando was like, "Yo, if you really sorry, how about you help me fix my ship?" And then the dude was like, "How about we don't lock your ass up?" So like the banter back and forth with other people is there, but you know, I can excuse this because I saw episode 1 and I thought episode 1 was amazing in what they touched on. But so that's why I'm giving them a pass on episode 2.
And here's the thing about this episode too that I thought was really good. I'm gonna give them this. The CGI and the special effects involving the spider was really good.
Yes.
Are we sure it was CGI? Well, all CGI?
I mean,
Yeah,
they probably did use some puppets and shit.
If those were practical effects, because my thing is, did anybody else get alien vibes when Yoda was?
I got
when Baby Yoda was out in the
Super Metroid vibes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But Alien too, yeah. And that's what I really dig about it. Like, yeah, I don't particularly like when Mandalorian is quiet and by himself, because another thing too is like, and this is with any TV show, not just Mandalorian. If you do one of those, I'm walking around by myself and I'm quiet, or I'm with other people that don't talk, I'm gonna fall asleep. So you better up them numbers. Someone better whip out a titty or a gun or something.
or both. but it's sometimes, like I said, the dry humor also works in some instances. For example, when they get into the cabin, he's like, "Okay, the only place I can get pressure is in the cabinet. So if you hear any thumping, that means we're in trouble." He's like, "Ha ha, I was a kid. That means we dead." And I was like, it can work in certain situations. And I feel like whoever directs the episode kind of know when to lean into that. Mm-hmm. But outside of that, that's all I have to say about this episode. Do you guys have any more?
I have nothing.
Yeah, I'm out.
Okay, so far, how do you guys feel about the season so far? I know
It's
we're
just been like stable.
So
I'll put it like that. See, here's the thing. Me not being a Star Wars fan, the only way you gonna wow me is if, I don't know, Wolverine drops in there. Sorry, cutting people. Look, y'all, we all have our fandoms, and you know, I'm watching this series to give a fair and unbiased account. And I will say, with all honesty, that production value is great. Like, I'm seeing things that I would not be able to see on regular TV, and they're giving it to me on a movie, in a movie budget, as it were.
And to add to that, like I said, for me, coming out the gate, it hit notes that I was like, oh my God, they got that. Oh my God, they have this. Oh my God, they're referencing that. And this one was kind of like a chill.
Yeah, see, you like those references. To me, I was like, what? I guess that's important.
Yeah. So far, this is giving me a JRPG vibe.
Yeah. and
Every episode, he has a goal, but to complete that goal, he has to go do another side quest to get information on completing his goal.
And it's almost to the point where like he lands somewhere and it's like, okay, I just want to get my ship fixed so we can continue. And then they like, let's go over here and talk for a minute. Damn it.
But it also has those RPG elements because it's like you randomly get attacked out of nowhere. Like, get him! But, you know, that's our input for episode 2. Come back and enjoy us when we dive into episode 3. Like and subscribe. Join us for all the funs. Maybe recommend some things that you guys want us to review. But until next time.
We're not watching Stargirl.
You can take that to the bank.